Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Pat Nappy here from PNLearning.net, and I've got another video here for you in the series that I'm doing on SAT practice test number 2. We have reached the end of the part 3. This is going to be the last question in that section, and that is the no calculator section. There's 20 total questions, and this is number 20. So let's take a look. So for number 20 here, we've got a question that is showing us a system of equations, and it says, in the system of equations above, A and B are constants. If the system has infinitely many solutions, what is the value of A over B? Okay, so the first thing we might notice is that these equations are both linear, and if we were to picture graphing these lines, there's only 3 ways that they can be oriented on a graph. We could have a case where both lines intersect. We could also have a case where the lines don't intersect at all and are parallel to each other. The only other scenario that you could have is if these 2 equations end up giving us the same exact line. So just imagine you have one line graphed directly over the other. And in this scenario, we would actually say that we have an infinite number of solutions. Like when we have 2 lines that intersect at a single point, we say we have a single solution, or when 2 lines don't intersect at all, we have no solution. We would say that if the 2 lines end up being the same exact thing, you have infinite solutions. And that is exactly what they're telling us here, right? We have infinitely many solutions. Anytime this happens, anytime you're dealing with 2 lines that are really the same line, there's going to be something that happens. These lines are going to be having coefficients and constants that are proportional to one another. If you don't know what proportional means, it's just a fancy way of saying that they are going to be the exact same multiples of each other. So since we don't know A and B, we're going to have to look at 12, and we're going to see the corresponding part of the second equation, right, 60. These 2 numbers have a relationship of timesing by 5, or dividing by 5, depending on which way you look at it. Let me just make this a little bit bigger here. So if we would take the second line and divide by 5, we could get to the first line, right? Because, of course, 60 divided by 5 gets you 12. So if we do the same thing, we might be able to say that, okay, A is just 2 divided by 5, and B is just 8 divided by 5. So A would be equal to 2/5, and B would be equal to 8/5. So if we use these values for A and B, it's not going to be that hard to figure out what A over B is. We just have to take both of these fractions, right, and say to ourselves, okay, well, A over B is just going to be 2/5 over 8/5. And I like to call this a double-decker fraction, right? We've got 2 fractions within a larger fraction. And anytime you have this situation, you just use keep, change, flip. We're going to keep the numerator, we're going to change the operation, and we are going to flip the denominator. So let's keep 2/5. Let's change the fraction, which is division, let's change that to multiplication, and let's flip the denominator. And when we do this, we might notice that, hey, we're multiplying 2 fractions here. We got a 5 on top and a 5 on bottom. Those can cancel out. 2 and 8 happen to have a common factor of 2, so if we divide that out, we get 2 divided by 2, which is 1, 8 divided by 2, which is 4, and we end up just getting 1 times 1, which is 1, and 1 times 4, which is 4. So A over B actually ends up equaling 1/4, and that's pretty much the end of the question. So no crazy equation solving necessary here. What we do need to know is what it means to have infinitely many solutions, and then this problem becomes infinitely easy. So that's what I'll say about number 20. If you can think of a better or quicker way to solve this problem, definitely leave me a comment. If you found this video helpful, leave me a like or subscribe to my channel, or maybe even share this video with someone else you know who's going through SAT prep. And I do offer one-on-one SAT prep and group SAT prep at some of the lowest rates out there. Don't end up going out and trying to find somebody for $100 or $200 or $300 an hour. sign up for one of my group courses and get SAT prep tutoring for just $33 an hour. If you can find a better rate than that, definitely let me know, but it's just not out there, folks. Trust me. So that's it for number 20. The next time I do a video here, we're going to be entering the part 4. We've now completed all of the part 3 questions, and when we go into part 4, it's going to go back to multiple choices, and we're going to be working our way through 38 additional questions, and then that will complete practice test 2. So with that, I'd like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.